Hey viewers, welcome to Vedic Astrology. Once again, I'm Vanita Lenka. I'm a Vedic astrologer, and today I'm going to be talking about the Venus's ingress in the sign of Leo. This is a long transit because Venus is going to be back and forth in Leo. And as you all know, in Cancer as well, it's going to get demoted. So this is a very important transit and a very crucial one also. So this is going to be bringing about a lot of changes and especially in the love relationships and on the global level, because it is going to be conjunct the volatile Mars, because Mars is in a fiery sign ruled by Sun and is also considered to be a fiery energy. Venus is also, the planet which is like, we call it a very Soumya Graha, but it is a hot water, a boiling water. So that energy is also going to be, very, very sort of a volatile energy. I hope you can all see me because this is a live session. So yeah. Thank you. So this is what, I'm going to be talking about in this video. But before going there, I would like to bring to your notice something very different, something very unique. As you all know, that when Venus's ingress is in the Leo sign, you must remember that this is going to be back and forth in Cancer and Leo. So this cycle is called the metonic cycle. It is for 8 years. Now, how you have to check Venus's ingress, every time, you will get to see that every 8 years, Venus comes to the same spot as your planetary configuration at the time of birth was. So similar, almost similar kind of degrees, same sign as your sun is. And, it is not as your sun is, like Sun and Venus will be on the same spot. That is why these are the metonic cycles. Very essential to check what happened 8 years back. Because 8 years back, whatever happened is going to be definitely impacting your relationship in a good or a bad way that you have to check for yourself. And it does impact our soul. What exactly are we going through? Some churning happens. I'm going to be mentioning you a few years when this Venus actually went retrograde in the same Cancer and Leo signs, demoted again, and then, again in Leo sign. So all of that has happened, every year, 8 years cycle. So 1991, this happened, 1999 and 2007, and similar, June, July-ish, this has happened. And also happened on the 2015. And then we move on to 2015 again, in July in Cancer Leo. So these are, again, I'm talking about the 8-year cycle. So why is it so important for Venus and in the Leo and Cancer sign? Yes, Venus is Shukracharya, and Shukracharya is going to be setting the sun and the moon right. Shukracharya is the, demon's guru. And as you know, he takes the side, or he sides, or he is partial towards Rahu. Rahu eclipses sun and moon because, the story goes, the churning of the ocean, and, he wanted the nectar and all of that happened. Now, Venus being the Shukracharya and Jupiter, Brihaspati being the Deva Guru. Now, what happens when, Venus is entering the sign ruled by Leo and Cancer, by sun and moon? So he is actually trying to remind us that we have to mellow down a little. We have to humble. We have to humble down a little. We have to be very, we have to take life in a stride and a very simple way. We have to handle things, not to make it too complicated. Love, relationships, there has no ego, and overly emotional also when we get, that is in Cancer sign. So he's trying to mellow down both the energies simultaneously when Venus is ingressing in these two signs ruled by sun and moon. I've always seen, in 30 years of my lifetime experience till now, about astrology, that, these cycles are very, very essential to see. See, every, 18 years, Rahu Ketu return to the same spots. 29, 30 years, Saturn comes to the same spot. 12 years, Jupiter comes to the same spot. And in every 9 years is the inverse return of Rahu Ketu. So in your horoscope, you will see that major changes happen during these cycles. It's all cyclic. So is Venus is cyclic. So if somebody hasn't, is looking for marriage, a potential partner, so this might trigger that. Also, Mars is going to be playing a very important role when this Venus is going to be transiting through the sign of Leo this time, because Mars is the planet of energy, volatile energy also. Mars is real estate, Bhumi Putra. So it might just bring about some superficial rise in prices of the land. Some, people might just hype it. Venus is vehicles. Venus is the Vahan. So it can be that there are some news related to accidents now even more. See, since past, the whole June month, Mars and Venus were together. July month, they're going to be together again. So this is definitely a very volatile energy, because now Saturn is also aspecting these two planets. Not to forget, Jupiter and Rahu also are going to be aspecting Venus and Mars. So Mars is definitely going to be moving onwards ahead, and Venus is going to be moving backwards after getting retrograde on the 23rd of July till the 4th of September. So it is going backwards, means it is going to be bringing about the results of the Cancer sign even more. So Cancer is the water sign. So we can hear some news related to water sign or water bodies, water related. Maybe, it might just bring about some waterborne diseases. We might hear that. And definitely Venus, being the Sanjeevani, will give us the cure as well. Some viruses, etc. We might just hear again for the time being. We have all the transits, good, bad, ugly. We do hear all of that. If I'm not audible or not clear, so please mention, because these are all live sessions, as you all know. And I'm traveling, so I thought that I'll make the video because Venus is ingressing in the sign of Leo, and how can I miss out on Venus's transit? So Venus is actually, going to be in Leo sign, so this can bring about some complications in relationships. You can go very creative. It is a very good time for procreation also. This is also going to be bringing about some recognition to people, the female counterparts even more. Or maybe you will hear some good movie releases, across the globe, or maybe something to do with glam industry doing well, fashion industry doing well. But when Venus is turning retrograde, it might bring about, some different results. As far as your horoscope is concerned, you have to see yourself how Venus is behaving in your chart. If you are in Venus Dasha, so this is definitely going to be a very important and a crucial transit, because Saturn is retrograde. So Venus's retrogradation is actually, sort of a, opposition with Saturn again. In the natural zodiac, Saturn and Venus rule the signs, the Dhanabhava, 2nd and the 11th signs. So this is a good combination for the economic growth, but it is not that great for the people, might in relationship feel little suffocated. But female counterparts definitely will feel uplifted, will get recognition even more. Okay, so this is what, we can experience during this transit. Mars and Venus conjunction is not considered to be good for the global level, especially. In your chart, maybe, it is the conjunction of 1, 2, 7, 8 signs of the natural zodiacs, That is the first house, that is Aries, Taurus. These are the rulers of Libra and Scorpio, right? And 9 and 10 and 11 and 12, they are also forming some connection with these. So it is like, bringing about all the planets together and see how it is going to be. Saturn, Rahu, Jupiter. So you see, Rahu and Jupiter, when they are looking at this Venus, so this brings about superficiality in relationships also. Rahu is actually trying to influence all the planets even more. So you have to be careful in your relationships overall. Okay. And Jupiter is what? Jupiter is the Jiva Karaka, he's the life force energy. So we might just feel that we are getting a little energetic. We are getting more inclined towards the physical pleasures also. Okay. So that is something which this whole combination is going to get us at. So let's start with the video. I will be sharing my insights for all the 12 ascendants, moon sign, or the Dasha sign-wise predictions. Stay tuned. If you are in the Dasha of Saturn Antardasha, you have to see that if that's of Mars, then make Mars the first house. Suppose Mars is in Cancer of yours. So make Cancer your first house and see where this transits. These all transits are happening. So you will get impacted even more. See why the Dasha is so important. Suppose you were not feeling that great results, it might just, modify the results when the Dasha changes. That is why the good, bad, ugly, whatever results you've experienced, they're not stagnant, they're changing. Everything is so very dynamic. Why? Because we are experiencing everything differently every time because of the Dasha pattern. So you must also make your Dasha sign your first house and see where the planets are ingressing. That's very important and really helps. So just go back 8 years back, what all happened, rectify it. If there was a complication in relationship, just work on that as well. Okay. So these are the metonic cycles. You can Google and you will get it. I don't have to explain these terms, right? All right. So I'll just explain quickly what is happening. Pictorial form, I love to teach. So I might just, one fine day start my courses. So this is what is happening here. As you can see, Jupiter is looking, Rahu is looking, and Mars will move ahead, and Venus will move backwards. And Saturn is also aspecting the zone. So this is what the sign looks like. Okay. And we do have Sun, we have to see, yes. How can I forget that? Sun is the ruler of Leo sign. So that is the dispositioner lord of Leo, right? So we have to see the condition of Sun also. So Sun is in Gemini sign to start with, and then we'll be moving into the sign of Cancer. So from the 17th of July till the 17th of August, Sun is going to be in Cancer sign. And this Venus is going to turn retrograde on the 23rd of July. So this is going to be again forming a connection, straight away connection with Sun also. So that is something, we have to check when we talk about the planet, where planet is posited. So we have to see Moon's condition when Venus is transiting the Cancer sign again. All right. So I will be sharing my insights on the retrograde Venus in the upcoming videos. So, I will make one of those videos and I will share with you my insights on the same, what retrograde will be. And let's start with the predictive for Aries. Why the color is not changing? Yeah, Aries. Okay, let me see if I can. And okay, that's the reason. 1 second. That's fine. All right. So for Aries natives, Venus is going to be transiting your 5th house from the 7th of July till the 7th of August. And then we'll be moving backwards from the 23rd of July. I will be making a separate video of the same as well. So stay tuned. And yes, it is going to be conjunct to be Mars and aspected by Saturn, and is going to be aspected by Jupiter and Rahu as well. So this is a very good time for recognition, for childbirth, for relationship also. In case you are thinking of changing your place, your dwelling place, this is a good transit also. This is definitely going to be giving you a lot of communication with your partner, or maybe you will be getting, the expression will be getting very, very creative. It's good for writing, for publishing, for advertising, in case you are all of that, because this is the seventh house ruler in the fifth house. So this is definitely going to be very positive for relationship, marriage, in case you're looking at. See, Rahu is there as well. And Rahu is also in trine to this. So this might just bring about some kind of, confusion and illusion in your relationships also. So that all of that you have to be a little cautious about. And suddenly you will find that, you have to purchase property, etc. And the prices just go up. So that is something which this Mars and Venus conjunction will do. Mars and Venus conjunction is not good for driving also, because Venus is your Maraka Graha. So be careful about driving, and also don't lose your cool. This might just bring about some irritability also. Thankfully, Jupiter is looking, Saturn is also looking. So there is a lot of restriction this Saturn will bring about. But yes, this is definitely a very positive time, because this is going to be giving you a lot of, creative energy, creative self as well. And this is also a good time for physical pleasures, because Venus and Mars are together. So this is definitely going to be triggering all of that. A good time for childbirth, for student natives. It's a good transit, because Lagnesh is, after all, in the trine already. It's a very good, it's a Dhanabhava, it's a Bhagyesh, also it's a Bhagya Lord, getting connected. So this is definitely very positive for upliftment of yours. So anything to do with your travels, anything to do with your creative energies, your upliftment, understanding your skills in a deeper level, all of that is going to be there. But there can be some secrets which will be revealed right now. This is also when Venus turns retrograde, brings about some relationship from the past. X might just reappear, and it might not be a good experience. So you have to be a little extra vigilant on that. Any kind of expenditure on the aesthetics, jewelry you might make, and you might just be, also you might be going in that charitable spree. So you must do some charity or feed the cow. That is also going to help you, and do the Shri Shuktam, because that is something which is, Shri Shuktam is something which is very good for enhancing your Lakshmi, your wealth. So all of that. And also, you will have that taste, which is very refined kind of a taste. So your preferences might change. Okay. And preferences will be very positive preferences, very, innovative self also, because Saturn is in the 11th house as well. And when Rahu and Venus are forming a connection, this is like the time to experiment. Some new experiments you'll be making, and it's a very good time for, if at all you are in the industry of machinery, etc. So you might just be making some new vehicles. You'll be working on the vehicles, automobiles. It's a very good time for automobile industry also. This might just bring about some a connection with the foreigners also, right? Because Rahu is a foreigner. So your partner might be a foreigner also. You might be just having a lot of inclination towards the sexual part. Sexual inclinations are going to enhance also. Okay, so this is a good time, and you will become very feminine. The feminine energy is going to supersede, and you might just enjoy the youthfulness, and you will be very positive about the female counterparts. You might uplift the female counterparts, or the female counterparts around you will be helpful as well. Sun, the dispositor lord, is in the 11th house, from 11 places away from here, and is going to be giving you upliftment, courage, fulfillment of desire, and then it's going to be in the 12 places away. So it's good for foreign connections. All right. So I think this is a very beautiful transit, very positive transit, because the Kendra Lord is in the trine. So this definitely brings about the upliftment, overall upliftment. And somebody asked, what is upliftment? Upliftment means that you're from where you are, the standard will become a little better. If you are learning something, you'll become wiser. If you are working on a project and you're making money, you might just make more money. So upliftment means from where you are, it is going to be a rising time. So just understand, these are very simple terms. I'm not speaking gibberish. because somebody has asked, so I'm answering that way. So coming to Taurus, all right. So let's see what the Lagnesh has to do. So for Taurus natives, your Lagnesh is definitely at a good place because here it is Digbala also. Venus in the 4th house is going to be giving you some significant relationship. You will understand what is the relationship question, chemistry and bonding with your own people now. You will definitely be working through some kind of changes. You're going to be idealizing people. You are going to be working through your connection with your family now, how the bonding we can just work on and improve on that. Venus is your Lagnesh and your 6th lord also. So this is good time to connect with your female counterpart, with the female counterparts at your in your vicinity, in your female counterparts in your family. So this is also a very positive time for upliftment of your finances. Any kind of growth prospects overseas, because Rahu is in the 12th house, looking at this zone, Mars is the ruler of your 12th house. So surely you're going to be moving away. Displacement is visible because Saturn is also retrograding and is going to be transiting through your 9th house in a way, like when it is in reverse. So this is a very good time for foreign connections, foreign travels, maybe business prospects are getting better. For relationship, this is also a very good time if you want to bond with someone or you want to propose to the person you are dating. So this is definitely going to trigger all of that. And wealth prospects, definitely you will be exploring some untested waters and you will definitely be getting the results in your favor as well. Redoing your place, where your dwelling place is also quite likely. Mars is also the ruler of your 7th house in the 10 places away from here. So this is going to be bringing about some changes at the workplace. Maybe, if you are into medicine, if you are into finance, banking. So this is a very positive time as well. This will bring about a lot of creative self and a lot of energy towards success, and your innovation is definitely going to take you to those places where you have not tried and tested till now. So you're going to be very innovative and you're going to be successful also. Student natives are also going to be doing really well here. Okay, Venus will be turning retrograde. I will be making a separate video though. But yes, when it turns retrograde, you have to be very careful about the driving part. You have to take care while driving. You have to be taking care while communicating with people also. Okay, though it is not going to be giving similar kind of results to everyone. Retrogradation is that the planet forgets its own significations, basically. Coming to the next sign, that is Gemini. So for Gemini natives, Venus is going to be transiting your 3rd house and is going to be conjunct Mars and is going to be aspected by Saturn, Rahu, and Jupiter as well. So this is the time to communicate successfully with your peers, with your family, with your people around you, with your siblings. Also, this will bring about a lot of courage, and though Venus is a Soumya, but Mars is also there. So this will bring about courage to explore different realms, some untried and untested waters. You will be definitely exploring now because Jupiter is in the 11th house, Rahu is also there. So some innovative ideas you'll be getting, something new, something different, something out of the league. And this will give you upliftment also in your relationship. Maybe your siblings are moving away from you overseas, upliftment in financials, and also in relationship. Children might be leaving you and going overseas because from the 5th house, there is this Venus transit in the 11 places away. So this is very positive for your children also. And this is good for your romance. In case you were having complications in relationship because of Ketu's presence till now, so this Venus will improve the relationship quotient also. Venus and Mars are conjunct because they are the rulers of the 12th and the 6th houses also. So this might bring about some cure to your disease because Venus is the Sanjeevani, and this might rectify the complications or rectify the energies that, were not right till now. So this is a positive transit, but be careful about your communication also. Mars is there, so you might just make some wrong moves and wrong, problems related to your speech. So this might just, the communication. So you might just, feel a little misunderstood. So be careful about all of that. And when you're driving, be careful. In case you have to buy or purchase a vehicle, you might just be doing that, and you might be beautifying your dwelling place also where you are. And you might just buy a very, techno kind of a car, or a very different kind of a car, not just, as anybody else has it. So it will stand out. Gemini natives, you can just plan everything like that, okay, if at all you're thinking of doing so. So this is a very positive time. Also, there is a possibility of doing things in a very different manner. Now you're thinking out of the box. You're not just in that conventional you. You're going to be maybe starting something new professionally, career-wise, short journeys on cards. Maybe, you will be traveling along with your co-workers, your bosses, your seniors. They might just be forming a good connection with you, and you might be getting all the accolades you're waiting for as well. So this is a very good time for the female counterparts, especially, because Venus is the feminine energy and it is conjunct the male energy, masculine energy of Mars. So female counterparts are actually getting that energy towards, the masculine them, and they are just going to be bold and courageous, and they're going to be outgoing. So this is a very beautiful time for the ladies over there. Okay, so ladies out there, be prepared for this transit. It's going to give you a lot of energy and courage and boldness to you. So go get it. Coming to the next sign, that is Cancer. Boys, you don't have to get disheartened. You are also going to be doing well. So for Cancer natives, this is the transit in the second house, being the ruler of your 11th. And see, for Cancer natives, this is actually a very positive graha also, because, Venus is the Kendra Lord, and it's also the 11th Lord. So this is the time for the wealth prospects. Now you're going to be thinking about growth. You're going to be getting those kinds of ideas now, innovation. You will be thinking out of the box, what to do, where to go, what all ideas will work for your business, how you can improvise on your, in your relationships also. So you're going to be figuring that out, and you will get the breakthroughs now. And this will give you a lot of philosophical bent of mind also, as well as, writing skills, poetic you, or this can bring about some connection with those kinds of influential people who will actually uplift you. Again, I'm using this word uplift you. So this is going to be a very positive time for you. Overall, a very positive time for you. In case you're thinking of shifting out from the place where you are and want to buy a bigger place, a beautiful place, Mars and Venus, till the time they're together, just do it. It's going to be very, very positive. Just drive safely, because Venus and Mars combination, that is something which, I'm a little worried about. But yes, Jupiter is also looking here. So this will actually minimize the negative impact. This is a good time to form a connection with your partner. Start a new partnership relationship, business partnership also, life partnership, whatever, you want to go ahead with it. And also Saturn is retrograde. So this is definitely minimizing the 8th house impact also. And Saturn is in the nakshatra ruled by Rahu. So Rahu, can you see Venus, Rahu, and Ketu is in Chitra nakshatra. So Rahu is forming a connection directly with Ketu as well as Venus, as well as, because Venus is going to be in the 3 nakshatras also of, Ketu, Venus, and then Sun. So this is a very beautiful time. The nexus which is forming is that, this is the time to do things now. You will get that momentum now. You will get those breakthroughs that you're waiting for. Something definitely unique you're going to be testing out, and you will be successful. So utilize it till the time Venus goes retrograde. Though Venus turning retrograde is also not a bad transit for you, because it's going to be touching upon your first house. First house transit is not bad for Venus. In fact, you will be more sensual, you'll be looking good, etc. Okay. So this is also the time to, take care of your family, family values, because Venus is the graha, which is, the Shukracharya, of course. So he's wanting you to bind the family together. You have to bring the family closer to each other and bind them together. Okay, so this is definitely going to be a very strong placement and strong, because in the second house, it is definitely going to be enhancing your wealth. Second house ruler in the natural zodiac is Venus, and Venus is going to be there. So it's like its own zone, right? And being the fourth house ruler, so this is definitely going to be bringing about some changes at the work, at the home front also. So enjoy. And with the 10th lord, so definitely upliftment at the workplace also, correct? So let's move on to Leo now. And these are all live sessions. I just at times, go overboard and keep on talking. So that is something which I really forget. So now what is happening here is that Venus is going to be transiting your first house, Leo natives. So this is very positive for relationships, especially, and to actually, change your personality, your persona, and get connected with the right kind of people. So this will bring about that. And it is very good for the people who are into marketing, advertising, and finance, banking. So this is going to be definitely a very positive time for you for changing of, if you want to talk to your bosses, your seniors, that I want a promotion, I want upliftment, I want to upgrade myself, etc. So they will definitely honor you. They will help you out, in fact, and you will get that help from some female counterparts also during this time. This is, after all, the 9th house, the Bhagya Lord, that is the Yogakara Graha, Mars and Venus conjunction. So this is definitely very positive for you. It is going to be bringing about some growth and travels, and definitely some journeys also on cards, short journeys especially. And this will be a very good time for your physical needs, to satisfy the physical needs also. Maybe, you will be connecting with the partner, and this is definitely going to be bringing about that relationship and that bonding also. Any kind of financial related issues, if you're experiencing, or you have to make some decisions related to your finance also, you can do that as well. It is a good time for starting a new business. If at all you are into trade, this is also going to bring about some foreign trade. So you might just connect with the foreigners also during this transit. It's a very beautiful time because, you have the third lord in the first house. Though for Sun, Venus Venus's sign, Sun debilitates, and Venus is not too happy in the Leo sign. But this is something which will make you more creative, more sensuous. So that for that reason, this is a good transit. Okay, and of course, financial also, they also improve. Finances improve. Coming to the next one, that is Virgo. So for Virgo natives, Venus is going to be in your 12th house with Mars. And Mars is your 8th house ruler, not to forget that. And Sun is the ruler of your 12th house as well. So this will bring about some changes related to your mental setup. You might be a good advisor, though. You might be working on your presentations more, or maybe, something to do with your negotiations. Now you are on that mode of negotiating about your, maybe some project you're doing, or maybe you're going to be deploying some people. So all of that is going to be bringing about that balance now. This is also, the second lord transiting through your 12th house. So this might bring about too much of expenses also. Maybe you're traveling, maybe you're spending on your leisure trips. And you can take a break also, because it's the 9th lord after all your Bhagesh going to the 12th house. So maybe you are going to be moving away from the place where you are. You're going to be traveling. You're going to be meeting those kinds of people who actually, are not in your community, or maybe they are going to be helping you out from the overseas also. So overseas connection is quite helpful and quite balanced for you. Actually, it will bring balance in you. You have to understand that the Virgo people, are having Ketu and Mars on the either side. So any decision when they are making, it's just like, they are back to the square one. They start from somewhere and they reach somewhere, then they come back to the same spot where they started. It's that kind of a situation right now. You're just having back and forth, things, they are not moving. With Venus is ingress here, or maybe Venus is retrogradation also will bring about some relief to you. Though there is a Ketu in the second house, it is bringing about a lot of confusion, a lot of irritability also in your speech, dental issues, face problem, maybe acne or something. So that's there from a long time after all, but yes, this is going to be bringing about some expenditures. And the best remedy for you would be that worship goddess Lakshmi, if you want that stability. And Ketu is also there, in the second house. It is not good for your relationships also. So if you will work on your relationship, do some remedies, donate to the female counterparts, donate something in whites, maybe, milk, rice. So that is going to balance your negative influence also of this Ketu in the second house, and Venus in the 12th house. Being the Bhagesh in the 12th house is like, loss of something, loss of maybe, you're traveling and you have a theft, which happens, or maybe you lose your passport, etc. So be careful, be vigilant, extra vigilant. Also, third lord is in the 12th house, that is Mars. So this is going to be bringing about some changes in your siblings' life. Siblings might be leaving and going, siblings partner, they might be traveling out. You might be helping them with that. You might be taking some loans also during this time, because Saturn is in your 6th house. So loans, and be careful about litigation, because Mars and Saturn opposition brings about all of that. And it brings about some pains in the knees, in the joints also. So take care of all of that. Rahu and Jupiter are, Rahu and Saturn are on the either side for your 7th house also. So similar kind of situation for your spouse also. So this is, can you see how meticulously, everything is planned? How beautiful is this? I'm so fascinated because of that only. Can you see? Rahu is here. Saturn is here. So this house and this house, they are just stuck. Can you see? They are just stuck. So it means that, your connection with the people outside your, other than you are trying to convey something and they're taking it some, otherwise. They're just something else is happening. Some confusion is happening. Or maybe they become very demanding. People become very demanding. Your husband becomes very demanding. Suddenly your wife becomes very demanding. Okay, depending on what gender you are. So this might bring about some friction because of the expectations. So lessen your expectations and you see how things improve. So it's a passing phase. It is not going to be there on the permanent grounds. Rahu will be leaving in October, November. Saturn is retrograde. Saturn is also going to be moving out, moving forward. It's not going to go out, but it's going to be moving forward. Though retrogradation is not bad for you. Ketu is moving towards your Lagna. Mars is moving towards your Lagna. So this is something which you have to take care of your health. You have to take care of your headaches, migraine, driving. All of that you have to take care. You're prone to accidents also. So all of these combinations, we do have a saving grace. That is Jupiter is there. So that is why, I'm giving it a green go. It is definitely going to minimize, balance out as well. So just plan everything well. If you want to study, go for higher studies overseas. This is a good transit because your 9th lord is in the 12th house. So you're joining some university, high school, etc. That is also on cards. Coming to the next sign, that is Libra. Let's see what your Lagnesh is doing this time. For Libra natives, Venus is going to be transiting back and forth in your 11th and 10th houses. So this is a very positive time for any kind of decisions related to your work, spirituality, imagination. All of that is going to increase. You might be just, meeting new friends. You might be making new friends. You might be meeting new people. So this is a very positive time for your connections. You might just meet some influential people also. 7th lord is after all in the 11th house. So this is very good time for your childbirth. This is a good time for procreation, creativity. And Lagnesh is in the 11th house. That means you're going to be doing some really good projects now, is some innovation, some ideas. Fifth house is also a sign of the education also. So you might be just taking up some higher learning, higher education, because Saturn, your Yogakara Graha, is also looking at this zone. So this is definitely a very good transit, because the Dhan Bhavas, the Dhan giving planets are forming a connection. So you are going to be having a lot of expenditures. At the same time, good income is also evident. So definitely a very positive time to enjoy with your friends in the social circle, and also to make new friends and start getting more on the innovative side. Maybe you are in the automobile industry, you might just make something new. If you are in the restaurant business or anything to do with liquids, this is also a good transit for you, because Venus is transiting your 11th house, being the Lagnesh. And 10th Lord, you see, for Libra natives, because the 10th Lord is Moon, so there is a fluctuation in the career, up, down, there is lack of stability. And Venus, your Lagnesh, is also your 8th Lord. So you have to go through certain obstacles, hindrances, and then you get the success. And the success is exponential. So you must actually take it in a stride. When Venus is the Badakesh also, so you have to take care of your health. But at the same time, this is a very positive time, because the ruler of your second house, Mars, is conjunct Venus in the 11th house. That means the Dhana Bhavas are getting active. The Dhana giving planets are getting connected. So you're going to be making very good amount of money. Your growth is exponential during this time. Any kind of business, any kind of new relationship, if you're thinking of, you will definitely get the success. This is a very beautiful time for you, I would say. Make the best use of, and don't get overwhelmed. Coming to the next sign, that is Scorpio. I'm out actually somewhere, so it's like getting difficult, new place, it's little, difficult transition. So for Scorpio natives, Venus is going to be in your 10th house, and so is Mars. Mars is actually Digbala here. Digbala means it's getting the positional strength. It's getting the directional strength. So when Mars is getting the directional strength, means he's getting all the energy, zeal. He's in full swing, going to be giving the results. See, during the daytime, this is the direction where Mars and Sun actually are getting the strength. This is the daytime, noontime, peak. So what happens when Mars and Sun-like planets, they are the day planets. They are not the night planets. Venus and Moon are the night planets. That is why in the 4th house, Venus and Moon get Digbala. That's the midnight time. So when Mars is in the 10th house, along with this Venus, so this will give you too much of inclination towards, doing things energetically. You're going to be getting that kind of zeal now. You're going to be finishing tasks. You've picked up the tasks, and now you're going to be completing them. So this is definitely a very, very strong and a very, very powerful yoga, which is forming, because the Lagnesh and the 7th Lord, they are getting connected. 12th Lord and the 6th Lord are getting connected also. So this might bring about overseas connectivity, travels. You might be thinking of growth, maybe, business related to some creativity. Also, advertising, marketing, all of that is also going to be very positive for you. Finance, medicine. I've seen Scorpio natives are, very good surgeons. They're very good physicians. They're very good internal medicine. I've seen them doing really well. So this is a very beautiful time because Mars, Venus, Surya sign, and Saturn is also looking here. So this is definitely a very positive time for the medical stream people, and also the creative people. So any kind of artistic bent of mind, if you have, you should utilize it. And also, 10th house gives you creativity, recognition, prosperity, and you're going to be accomplishing your goals as well. So this is a very beautiful time for doing so. And don't be too lazy. That's what, Venus in the 10th house doesn't feel like doing much work. So feels quite detached and, little uncomfortable when there is a lot of workload. Venus is a very Saumya Graha. He doesn't, he doesn't like doing too many things together. This is a good time for overseas connection, overseas journeys, travels also. And this might bring about some loans, litigation as well. So be careful. Do not borrow big amounts of money. Avoid. Okay. And for business, trade, definitely this is a very positive time. Okay. For overseas journeys, overseas connections for business purpose. So this is a good bonding that you're going to be heading to. And also this will bring about some, some kind of knowledge also, something which you really have been, thinking of doing. So now you will be upgrading yourself, okay? Upskilling yourself, in fact. Coming to Sagittarius sign. For Sagittarius natives, this transit is in your 9th house. 9th house is the house of bigger picture also, higher learning. You are uplifting yourself, enhancing your mental setup, your knowledge about whatever you're doing. So this is definitely going to be bringing about a lot of courage and responsibilities and making decisions regarding your work life, and relationship also, because 6th lord is in 4 places away from there. So this will give you a lot of courage to make decisions. If you want to purchase property, you want to sell off property, buy a vehicle, all of that is also getting triggered up as well. So this is a very beautiful time for foreign travels, foreign connections. You are very detail oriented. You're in the job of analysis. You're in the job where, you have finances involved also. Creative at the same time. You have inclination towards fine arts, but at the same time, you're very, very meticulous and analytical. You are very good business people also, businessmen. We have seen from this kind of a chart. So this will bring about a lot of connections with the children, with your partner, childbirth on card in case you're planning all of that. So this is definitely going to work out. Also, Ketu is forming a connection with Venus because Ketu is in the Venus's sign and it is in the 3rd house from Venus, and it's Venus is in the 11 places away from there. So your friends are going to be very, very spiritually inclined. Suddenly you will feel you are yourself thinking of pursuing some subjects like astrology, tarot, or something which is like metaphysical, yoga. All of those you might just take up during this time. And you will gain that success also. It might just bring about some good business to you. You suddenly get so many clients and you grow. Sun is also in the 11 places away till the 17th, at least it's going to be there. So this is positive, 17th of July, right? Then moves into your 8th house. But 8th house transit of Sun and Moon is not considered to be bad because they don't own 2 places. So they give the results of their natural zodiac, 4th and the 5th houses. So don't worry, don't get scared of that. And this is a good time to maybe, you go to a party or a gathering or a get together and you meet someone, and you will be getting some kind of, maybe suddenly it happens, that spark. So you will just get attracted to that person and you might just propose that person also. Okay. So that is what this transit does. And it is good for your siblings also. Siblings might just be flourishing as well. See, whenever Venus and Saturn combination happens in the sky, it is a dhana or the wealth giving, time. It actually uplifts you. As it is, you can see for Sagittarius natives, 2nd and the 11th lords are Venus and Saturn. And now the dynamic, that's a static promise that you will have very good wealth, because whenever Saturn and Venus form a connection in your horoscope also, if it is there. Now in the sky, it is a temporary, or we can say a dynamic connection of Saturn and Venus forming. So this is very positive for you any which ways, and it is happening in good houses. So this will give you upgradation. This will give you upliftment in your financial growth as well. Make right kind of decisions as far as your move, your shifting out from a place is concerned. Okay. So this will give you some changes also at the same time towards positive. It's a very good transit for you. Though Venus is an Akara Graha, don't make any decisions related to your physical pleasures to that extent. You don't go to that extent where you lose the sanctity. Okay. be careful about all of that. Be ethical. Be in that zone where you don't make any such decisions, get over indulgent. Coming to the next sign, that is Capricorn. Just drinking water. Live sessions. Right. Let me write Capricorn. All right. Here we go. For Capricorn natives, this is the 8th house ingress of the Saturn. So this brings about some secret relationships in the limelight. This is also about secrecy, basically. You might just be secret, keeping some secrets, and people might just be, finding you very, very, those mysterious kind of guys or girls, So that is something with this transit of Venus, which is your 10th lord in the 8th house. So this is going to be 5th lord, especially, in the 8th house. That brings about that kind of mysterious relationships also. And this is going to be bringing about some power, some change, because it's the 10th lord in the 8th. Some obstacles will be there, but you will definitely be like, ending certain things and starting something new. So this is definitely very positive for you for that reason. And you're going to be very communicative. Open-mindedness is visible, and you're going to be making decisions in a very broader perspective. You're not going to be confining yourself to or limiting yourself to one particular thing only. You're going to be making some transformative energies which are reflecting. So you'll be making some transformations in your life, how you can be a different person altogether. Saturn retrogradation is like, moving backwards towards the 1st house, will make you again very hardworking, very serious. And with this Venus and Mars combination also, this is going to be enhancing all of that. So at the workplace, you're going to be actually getting a lot of work, or maybe some changes, you're going to be leaving a particular place and going away, because Rahu is in the 4th house, and from Rahu, Mars is in the 5 places away. So this is definitely quite likely that you're going to be changing your place, leaving the place, and moving out from the place where you are and shifting out to another place. And this is also a very good time to connect with people. Don't be overindulgent in the sexual pleasures. This might bring about all of that as well. So you have to be a little extra careful about your, lust angle. Okay. This is a good time for investments. Maybe, you will be making some huge investments in the share market. Saturn and Mars are right opposite each other. We must understand that Saturn is the 2nd house ruler and Mars is your 11th house ruler. So this is a very positive time for growth, for investments, for making money out of money, because 8th house is involved. That is why I said sudden gains are likely. Sudden gains, sudden losses, definitely we have to take everything in stride, but it is more likely that Venus being the Yoga Graha, so this might bring about some betterment in your financial growth as well. Also, being the 5th house ruler, this is also Venus is going to be bringing about new relationships, bonding with your partner, or some ex coming into your life, and you are two-timing the people. So be careful about all of that. Somebody is watching over us, so we have to be really careful about that. Karma will never leave you. So that is the reason I always say that never ever bicker about anybody, never talk anything against. On the YouTube, people are just talking anything and everything and speaking hell out of, very bad, nasty words. I also use the word hell, but hell is not bad. We all have to either go to hell or heaven, that depends. But yes, we must be careful, this is heaven for us right now. So make this a beautiful place, rather than bickering and backbiting about others. So let's be a big, huge, happy family, isn't it? Why compete? We don't have to compete. We are competing for what? Everybody is going to go to the same place, same destination. So just relax, do your karma, and I'm sure everything is going to be falling in place automatically. So when you know that, you have, there is no competition, so you take it easy, right? Everything is beautiful then. For Aquarius natives, Venus is going to be transiting your 7th house, and it is going to be conjunct your 10th lord. So 3rd lord, 4th lord, then your 9th lord and your 10th lord, they are forming a straightaway connection. So is Lagnesh and your 12th lord. So you can see the nexus which is forming is a beautiful nexus. This is it's going to trigger some relationship, bonding with people, and you might be just getting into some new relationship. Your current relationship will improve also, and this will bring about some kind of partnership business. There is a possibility of travels. For your education purpose, you have to move out from the place where you are. Saturn is your Lagnesh, is forming a connection with Venus. Jupiter, your Dhanabhava Lord, is also forming a connection with the Lagnesh, as well as your, Yoga Karagraha Venus. So this is a beautiful, luck is enhancing. Upgrade yourself, enhance your knowledge, upskill yourself. And also this is a good time for procreation, childbirth, marriage. Some relationship might trigger also. This is a beautiful time for changing your job in case you're thinking of any kind of change. So that change is definitely going to happen very, very soon. Rahu and Jupiter are in your 3rd house looking at this Venus and Mars. So this is definitely very positive for your spiritual pursuits of your partner. Partner might be traveling overseas, shifting out from the place, or maybe you people are, going to be changing the profession or the job and leaving the place where you're working currently. The department is changing. So that is also, evident from all of that, because the mirror image is, the 7th house. So you see from 7th house, can you see Sun is in the 11th house? And this is a very beautiful time for your partner, for your relationship, for your business, for your growth. And any kind of health issues, if at all you are experiencing, will also get cured. Okay, 7th house transit is actually, it's at Karko Bhavna Shai. So Venus in the 7th house doesn't do well though, if at all you're unmarried. So, or maybe, you are born with this kind of a configuration already. Venus is already there in the 7th house, Jupiter is looking. So it's not good for marriage, because whenever a planet is in its own zone, he doesn't do well, because he enhances that place so much that it loses his charm. It loses his potency to give the results. So that's the reason when Sun is in the 5th house, it's also Karko Bhavna Shai, because Sun is a significator of the 5th house, ruler of the 5th house. Jupiter sits there, it is the significator of children, so it's not considered to be good in the 5th house. Okay, if it is in the 11th house, very good. When Jupiter is in the 11th house, looking at the 5th house, children are very good. But when Jupiter is in the 5th house, it's not good for childbirth, or there is some complication in the child, some problem in the child. Okay, it's just a tutorial also starts simultaneously what that wheel is about. So let's do the last sign, that is Pisces. So for Pisces natives, this transit of Venus is going to be in your 6th house. So now you're going to be focusing more on your day-to-day work. You're going to be working on your health, on your looks, how you can improvise on your, on your health, on your, on the nitty-gritties, on the how you can enhance your skills. Skills also come from the 6th house. You are very imaginative. 6th house is the house of enemies, competition. So you actually, become very competitive with this. I just few minutes back said that, why we have to compete. We have to compete with ourselves first, how you can be a better version of yourself next morning. So that is something that you have to do, not to actually compete with the outside world. You don't have to, because you're going to be reaching the same destination. So just focus on your own growth, how you can improvise. Today I have done something good, so how I can get better tomorrow. So that is something that you're going to be thinking about. All of that is coming into your head all the time during this transit of Venus in the 6th house. It's going to be giving you a lot of work. You're going to be hardworking, and this will also give you an improved health. Health benefits also we see from the 6th house, no? If at all it's a house of disease, it is also the house of cure. Where is the cure? So now you have to actually donate something in whites to the female counterparts, or have good relationship and rapport with the female counterparts at the workplace especially. Okay, so that will be helpful. Also, Mars being the ruler of your ninth, that is a Bhagya Lord, is in the 10th house from there. So this is a very good time for uplifting yourself, upgrading yourself, upskilling yourself, or any kind of travel plans if you are already thinking of. So this is definitely going to trigger all of that as well. New relationship on card. Separation from your partner is also quite possible. Some hurdles will be there, and then you will achieve whatever you're looking at. Okay, so just wait for some time. Things will fall in place because you are getting a little restless. You know that your Lagna is also hemmed between malefics, and so is your 7th house. So you're, as it is feeling claustrophobic, you feel the energies are stuck. You're not moving any inches. So that is why you're feeling quite disheartened. Don't worry, Venus exalts in your Lagna, in this sign. So this is going to be giving you a lot of energy towards initiation now. This is going to start some new relationships, some new business prospects also coming through, and it's going to give you another step ahead. Okay, so this is it for all the 12 ascendants, moon signs, or the Dasha sign-wise predictions. So please stay tuned. I will be sharing with you the insights on Venus turning retrograde in Leo sign and coming back to Cancer, and then again moving into Leo sign. So it's a very beautiful time also, at the same time, churning time, revisiting the past and understanding what is our chemistry and bonding with the relationships that we are surrounded with. So just rectify all of that and you see how everything gets better and falls in place. All right. Stay blessed, everyone. Stay happy. Wish me luck. Wish my family luck as well. Pray for my family always. I just expect that much. Subscribe or don't subscribe, but do pray. Pray unconditionally and see how you also get the results. Om Tat Sat.